Hi, it's Andy again, and we're continuing our look at the 66 books of the Bible. This week we're in 1 Samuel, but let me start with a question, or at least a statement, a phrase that you've heard. You probably recognize the phrase, well, you got to think outside the box. What does that mean? More importantly, why do I start with such a phrase in a sermon teaser? Well, we probably also heard the statement that you can't keep God in a box. And yet in the Old Testament, God was identified by a box, at least largely by the Israelites. Sometimes they very much mishandled, misused, misunderstood the box that represented God's glory. I'm not just talking about any box, like a box you might get in the mail, but there was a wooden box that was overlaid with gold, had a couple of angels on top, or the figures of angels on top with their wings stretched forward, touching one another. The articles inside of this particular box included the manna that the Israelites had eaten, the staff of Aaron, and the stone tablets representing the covenant. It was a box that was to be handled in a special way, carried in a special way. It was a box that truly represented the glory of God. That box, of course, is the Ark of the Covenant, and it's a story that we're going to be looking at not only this week in 1 Samuel, but we'll pick it up next week in 2 Samuel as well. How God's glory was so attached to this ark in some significant, mysterious way that we may not understand. And yet when people encountered this ark, it impacted their lives, and not always for the better. But when we respect God's glory, when we respect whom God is and what he has done, not just in an ark of the Old Testament, but through the person of Christ and through the power of the Holy Spirit today, we don't have to have the negative consequences, but we can truly experience the glory of God. Despite some of the costs that might come with it, we know that God's glory outweighs any costs that might be attached. So we'll look forward to seeing you, hopefully this weekend next, as we continue our journey in discovering God's glory in the books of the Bible.